Orange County, California, my former home. Every time I come back, the weather is just ideal. Blue skies, just the right amount of humidity. Feels like it might be 80 degrees. Aliso Viejo, California. Stayed in an Airbnb last night. It's early. I think it's about 6 a.m., 6:30. And waiting for my ride. We're shooting in Manhattan Beach tomorrow, which is up near LAX airport. Pretty close to where I was that like a week ago when I was in Hawthorne? Anyway, Manhattan Beach is the next town over. They border each other. So I've got my tripod case and my camera case and my battery case carry-on. I have the third case, my light kit, left with the producer. He's traveling separate. That way I only have to pay, well, I flew Southwest, so I didn't have to pay for the first 2 bags. So bags were included in the airfare, and then producer can do the same thing with my light kit. And I had a question about whether or not I fly with a tripod, so I'll show you here. Got all this fancy gear, and I end up wrapping in carpets and towels. So here's my fresh laundry, or clean clothes, in a bag. And then this is the sticks wrapped in a piece of carpet, and I also wrapped the boom pole and the sticks. And I put the tripod handle kind of inside the tripod. And then this towel is the fluid head. The brown towel is a dual battery charger. And then underneath all of this, I've got one little kit stand. See right there. And I use that stand specifically to mount a 7-inch wireless monitor. And then what I do with each of my cases when I'm on these multi-leg travel shows is I make a sticker with my phone number, my name, but more importantly, the weight. So I know without my laundry in there, it's 45. So I've got an extra 5 pounds for personal items.
All right, we're about to go.
.11:30 p.m. San Antonio. I made it home. My bags did not. All right, it's the next morning, 8:30 a.m. Went to the gym this morning. Came from the gym right here to the airport. I wanted to be here when the flight arrived so I could pick the bags off the conveyor. And as I walked in, there was a Southwest employee pulling my bags from like a little secure area before they go out to the public. So very happy to see that. They would have been secure. All right, I am in the process of moving items out of my garage. I got a storage unit down the street, and I am going to stage stuff that I don't use every week, equipment-wise. I'm moving to storage. And then I think I'm gonna take one of these racks and put it on this wall. And then the rest of this will get cleared out. I'm gonna purge a bunch of stuff. This is my pile of construction. My goal moving to Texas was to not have off-site storage. When I was in California, I had a warehouse plus an exterior gated parking space for my grip truck. And then basically I always had an office with a desk somewhere, commercial location. I wanted to run everything out of the house here in Texas, but it's just too much stuff. I mean, I'm running 2 businesses. I got my rental property, home construction tools, which are significant, plus all my video gear, and then just personal stuff. This is just like seasonal decorations for the house. I forget just how spacious my van is until I see my gear in other vehicles. All right, current temperature is about 93 degrees at the Maverick County Sheriff's Office. My van, baking in the sun, thinks it's 109 at the moment, but no, it's like low 90s. So I'm standing by here. Correspondent's trying to tee up an interview with the sheriff. I have worked with the sheriff previously a few times, and as well as his first deputy. We've done some sit-down interviews at this facility. And so anyway, hopefully we'll get a quick clip. And then we only, at the moment, are scheduled for one hit tonight at 16:45 local time.
The immigrants, when they cross the river, they change to dry clothes. And they throw things in the ranches and so forth. And the ranchers are very worried because they have cattle, horses, and they eat those stuff and they get sick. And that's a lot of problem for, now it's the whole USA.
Back at it. I feel like I never left. Eagle Pass, Rio Grande. There's the other news photog, Fernando from Telemundo. Nice guy, friendly, we just chatted. He got this fantastic shot of the whole family coming across. I was up here setting up for my hit. This is my first live shot with the apertures. Got the Fresnel lenses on there full wide, 70%. I haven't seen a face yet to dial them in. I think I'll walk them in a bit before I make them brighter. I had to remove this ballast from the stand because the base is in the sun and I was afraid it'll overheat or the batteries will shut down, thermal shut down. It's right around 100 degrees at the moment. They're actually doing interviews down there. All right, we are 14 minutes out. Brand new TVU pack. I'm gonna be the first one to get dust on it. And here comes the boss. We stood out there for our hit and they ended up killing it. Other bigger news happening this hour. So, got about 40 minutes now to try to cool down a little bit. AC on high. And I gotta kind of, keep watch here, because if I get a big group swimming across, I gotta jump out there and shoot it. So this place is all law enforcement. You got the National Guard, you got Department of Homeland Security, you got some state troopers, I'm sure some other agencies. There's only a couple of hotels. There's the Holiday Inn across the street right there, which we stayed at, and then a Microtel, and this Marriott. And I believe that's it for the nice hotels. And then there might be like a Motel 6, Super 8 type of thing. Anyway, this place probably in 2020 was like $100 a night. It's about $250 a night right now. But in the past, this place, because of full occupancy from all the government agencies, it's been as much as $750 a night. 5 a.m. We're set up outside the hotel. It's it's all right. Shallow depth of field. I got the street light lighting up the shrubs from behind the camera. I think these two lights in frame, or these three. A little bit of dirt. I don't see the vehicles. I'm just gonna go with a single key light, and I've got like a second source about where my hand is at, pushing in from this daylight color temp street light. Now I'm wishing I had put my mattress in here, because I think it's about 82 degrees. And I'm gonna be camped out here for the next several hours, doing hits on the hour. So yeah, wish I had my mattress right there so I could lie down, doors open, keep an eye on the kit. So yesterday I set up that easy up, Got my aperture lights out there, got everything dialed. It looked beautiful. I was able to run the apertures full flood, Fresnel lenses, 60%, and it was the same intensity as the sunlit background. So I'm quite happy with that. It was a little squinty, so I raised them up a little higher to take them off lens axis to help with the squint factor. But after all of that, we ended up not using any of that setup. I went handheld down closer to the river, and we stood in the shadow of the bridge. So it was actually better lighting, had that nice natural, super soft bounce. And we only did one hit last night. But we made a nice little package, sheriff interview. They didn't post it online, so I haven't seen it. I had to confuse myself. We did do a hit 5 o'clock hour, so I got 4 hits this morning over the course of 4 hours. And we may do a little news gathering midday, and we may not, but we are not doing the evening news. So it's gonna be a lighter day, and I'm gonna go back to bed if that's the case in 5 hours. It'll be like 10 a.m.
That's right, Adrian. We have heard from them. As you can imagine, they're in shock and disbelief. They're adamant that their loved one was not involved in this whatsoever. But on the other hand, we're hearing from law enforcement who says they feel highly confident that they are one step closer to justice.
Just had breakfast. I think today is my last day on the border this week. I'm gonna go back to the hotel and check out, and then we're gonna drive, I think, about an hour and a half up to Del Rio, and we're gonna do a little news gathering up there, and then evening live shots from Del Rio. Love all this open space. Okay, we got a tape feed running back to the station. I think we're about 40 minutes out from our hit on the 4 o'clock evening news. And we're at a shelter here where this is Border Patrol brings detained migrants here after processing them. They get a meal, they take a shower, get cleaned up, and then the state bus rides that are optional, basically a free ride, to, I guess the deal is these migrants have to disclose where they're headed, where they have family in the country, and the family either has to pay for their transportation, or they've got to get on one of these buses that takes them to or near to their familial destination. So I'm across the street here, and there's some weather coming in. It's 100 degrees, but I believe we're gonna get rain down here. I was hustling to get the Easy Up in place before. Oh shoot, I don't like these apertures. When you click the batteries, they just put the batteries on the ballast and they turn on, but I don't realize they're on because I'm setting up stuff and it's bright out here. Yeah, those already burned a quarter of my batteries. That's frustrating. My van running, engines on, because I got the fridge in there. That inexpensive Amazon fridge cannot handle this Texas summer heat. So I think I'm gonna move up to a Dometic or other quality brand. I'm gonna start shopping for those. If you got any suggestions for me on what cooler style 12-volt fridge can tolerate 100 degrees, probably 120 back here baking in the sun, but yeah, 44 degrees. That thing's been running nonstop. I took it out of eco mode, so it's running at its highest speed on the compressor, and still 44 degrees is as cool as it gets. TV on my tripod. In the old days, I used to put this up on a light stand to get a better cell shot, but I don't think you need to do that anymore. I mean, my cell phone works fine in my pocket. I haven't received any
complaints about a low bit rate. Come on, focus. Focus. There you go. It's super glary. You can see I'm feeding out there. And I gotta call station back when I'm done here. That's clip 14 of 25. We wrapped. I got a 2.5 hour drive home. I booked 3 more days today, 2 different assignments. I got 3 days off, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I'll be up in Austin on Monday. And that's it for this week. Thanks for watching.